To those who want to study master's programs in Italy, please, you should understand that a part of the exams for bachelor students may not be required for you. Most of the time, you will just need just your high school certificate. Then you will need your bachelor's degree. You will need your transcripts of record as well. Okay, then make sure you have at least a 2.5 GPA and above, because some schools set their standard. Some will tell you that you need a 3 GPA to apply, but there are still some schools that will accept third class 2.4, 2.5, like University of Perugia and so many others. Those of you who want to apply to Messina, remember last year Messina did not have age limit, but this year they have an age limit. I think it is 24 to 26 maximum for masters, so you have to be careful. Always check to make sure that there is no age limit. There are other schools, I think Bologna and Sapienza, they also have age limit, so please put all of these into consideration. In addition to your degree and your transcript, master's degree seekers or prospective students, please remember you need to add motivation letters in some schools, recommendation letters in some schools, and some will ask you for CVs and of course work experience. So it just depends on the school in which you want to apply to, but please always remember that Italian universities will accept you only if your bachelor's collides with the program you want to apply to. What I mean collide is if they have a relation. Like if you studied physics for bachelor's, go for physics for masters. If you study economics for bachelor's, go for something related to economics for masters. Do not study literature and you want to go and do biology. It doesn't work that way. I hope this video will help somebody. Okay, so if you are an international student and you are looking for a scholarship to study abroad, then this is a fully funded scholarship for you to pay attention to, guys. I'm not going to rush because this scholarship is very important, and I want my followers who are actually qualified to try and win this one, because not everybody is aware and not everybody would be qualified. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about a scholarship which is open and accepting applications now in Europe, in the European Union, in the Schengen zone. With this scholarship, you have the possibility to study every month, to get 900 euros for free every month, and this scholarship will take care of your tuition and your medical insurance for 1 year. So this is a very important scholarship because it is being sponsored by the government of this country. I would like to draw your attention to the fact that if you share this video, many people are going to see it and it may benefit your brother or sister somewhere. So just share to them and like the video as well, so that YouTube can tell other people that Milton is sharing an important information here. Like I said, if you are new, you are welcome. Let's go straight to the benefits of the scholarship. If you got admissions to study in Italy in 2024-2025, this scholarship is for you. Now you are going to get 900 euros every month for 1 year, and you can renew the scholarship again. Remember I said it covers full tuition fee. It also covers medical insurance for 1 year. It also gives you free meals. Now the deadline for this scholarship for you to apply is 14th of June, not 14th of July, 14th of June, and the scholarship is open and you can apply as I'm talking to you right now. Now let's take a look at some other things like requirements. But before I even talk about these requirements, guys, there is still a problem. Now what is the problem? Let me explain to you. This scholarship has age limit. Okay, and if you really want to get this scholarship, it means you already have a master's degree admissions to study in Italy. That is point number one. It means that you are 28 years. All right, when you apply for this scholarship, you shouldn't be more than 28 years. You must be 28 years when you apply for the scholarship for master's programs, or if you apply for music, or if you apply for dance. These are the qualifications. Now if you applied for PhD program, you can equally get this scholarship, but you must not be more than 30 years of age. So you have to put this into consideration. If you are going to Italy as an academic supervisor, you shouldn't be more than 40 years of age if you must win this scholarship. Yeah, this is how it is. And again, remember that there are so many other things you should do I'm going to be telling you about some of these things. And please remember that for the requirements to apply for this scholarship, you need your international passport. You also need to be below 28. In fact, you shouldn't be more than 28 years. I mentioned that. Then you should also have an admissions letter to study in an Italian university. That is another thing. Then you should make your CV to be in good shape. Now, when I say your CV should be in good shape, it means an updated CV, okay? Then your motivation letter. Why do you want to apply for this scholarship? Why do you need the scholarship? What is the scholarship going to help you do in your home country? Be able to explain all these details so that they can actually see that you deserve the scholarship. Then the other supporting documents. Then recommendation letters as well. Very, very important. Now, there are a list. These are the documents you need to apply. They are not all complete. I'm still going to talk about something towards the end of the video, so please watch the video and share it as well. Thank you. Eligible countries. Yes, not everybody is qualified to apply for this scholarship, and some countries may not be there. In the whole world, we have a total of 139 countries. On the list, you are going to find the list of this scholarship. In fact, people who can apply for this scholarship are coming from 139 countries worldwide. But again, if you are a Togolese, if you are a Sudanese, you are a Nigerian, you are a Cameroonian, you are an Ethiopian, you are a Ugandan, you don't need to worry. If you come from South Africa, Afghanistan, and so many other countries, you do not need to worry. Just make sure you check the scholarship well. I'm going to put a link down there. I hope you got me. Now, the selection for people, like how are they going to be doing the selection? They are going to shortlist candidates, okay? The shortlisted candidates will now do an interview, and if you got the interview correctly or if you pass, you are going to be granted the scholarship. Now, when you are granted this scholarship, how will you know? The scholarship applicants, like the awardees, are going to be published on the Italian embassy's website in your home country. Point number one. Then, the Italian officials, diplomatic mission, will also get the list, the published list, all right, for those who won the scholarship. But you can always find this list on the Italian government scholarship website, okay? It's very important. Also understand that when you win this award, you also need to accept the grant. Point number one, when you accept the grant, you will now go to Universitali and do pre-enrollment. And again, after pre-enrollment, if you have not done it, after pre-enrollment, you can now pack your bags and you move to Italy. When you get to Italy, you now give them the form, the award form, and of course a copy of your international passport and your banking details for them to transfer your funds inside. Definitely they will be transferring every month. So that is something you should know, guys, as an international student who is chasing this scholarship. What's the name of the scholarship, by the way? It is called a MECHI scholarship for 2024. All right, MECHI is well, we don't need to know. But understand that if your program is not in Italian, you need B2 Italian language to solidify this process. If your program is not in English language, you need B2 English language. And again, if you are going for supervision, you do not need any English language. So put all of this into consideration. Hello people, welcome back to our channel and thank you so much for joining today. So guys, I'm going to be addressing something somebody asked me few hours ago. I think this is from Instagram. Now the question came as, hello Milton, how are you doing? Thank you so much for your work. Can I move to Luxembourg with my wife if I have an admissions offer from the University of Luxembourg? Okay, let's address this one real quick, guys. So this person is trying to ask if he can move with dependents to Luxembourg, and I'm here to tell you that it is not possible. You cannot move with your dependents, or let me say with dependents immediately you are applying for your student visa, or if you are applying for a study visa, or if you already got the study visa. Now remember, for you to move with a dependent to a particular country, you need to apply for the visa for yourself and for the dependent. So some countries do permit people to apply alongside their dependents, maybe your wife, your spouse, your children, but for Luxembourg it is not possible. However, there is something you can do. Now let me elaborate a little more. If you think that the study program you want to study is going to take a lot of time, or maybe a longer time or long time, please, you can equally apply for a visit visa for your spouse to join you later, right? But that might still be another complication. I would just advise you look for a different country that will accept you with your spouse immediately, or you decide to go to Luxembourg, then you study for maybe the 2 years program or the 2 years you want to study. Then after that, when you finish, you apply for jobs, you get a job, you sign a contract, you can now bring in your spouse, because there are other requirements you need to consider when it comes to this spouse's visa. I hope you understand. Most countries like that in Europe, they do it. But if you think that it's going to disturb you, I will advise you, because I understand the family bond and a whole lot of other issues, I will advise you to look at a country where you can immigrate directly, like immediately with your spouse. And such countries include a country like Sweden. You can apply to Sweden and you move with your spouse. You can equally apply to Finland. You move with your spouse. You can equally apply to Portugal. You move with your spouse. And do not forget that there is something in Portugal called the spouse's visa, and there is another one called the G7 visa. There is another one called the work visa. It has a name. I'm forgetting that type of a visa. All right, it has a name. There is a name about that visa. You apply for the visa, you go to Portugal, you look for a job. Then there is another country, Finland. You can equally move to Finland with your spouse with a student visa. That is to say, when you get admissions, you can then add them to the application. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Then you can equally move to Austria, but in Austria, make sure you inform the embassy before you start the application. All right. Then when it comes to, you can also go to Canada with your spouse, but Canada has a lot of restrictions now. So these are some of the things you need to put into consideration. Then I think there are other countries you can consider. Denmark is a very good country as well. The Netherlands. All right. But I would encourage you, if you have money and you think that you can immigrate with your spouse, I will encourage you to take Denmark. The reason is because Denmark will give you 3 years postgraduate work permit. Yeah, this is something most countries don't give. A part of Canada, Denmark will give you 3 years. Then Canada gives 1 year or 3 years depending on what you studied. Okay, so please put all of this into consideration, and before you know, you will be great. Just know that you can't move to Luxembourg with your spouse on a study visa. I wish you all the best till we meet again in another one. Bye.